Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Sarah Uncut, where today I'm going to be talking to you about whether you should give up or double down when someone tells you your business idea sucks. All right, so if you've never seen me before, hi, my name is Sarah Walden. I'm an intuitive business coach, meaning I work with you with my intuition. And I'm a sales expert, and I love teaching women how to make more money, doing what they love and helping the world at the same time. Yes, please. All right, so today I'm gonna share a story from my life, you're welcome, about whether or not we should give up or double down. You know, you're probably gonna get a lot of advice, most of which is unsolicited, as you go on your business journey. I mean, this is kind of a normal phenomenon for us, right? For some reason, as women, everyone thinks they have every right to come in and tell us what's right about our lives and what isn't. It's amazing. Like, we don't know, right? And that's part of what I want to talk about today is you probably do know. But sometimes the voices and loud things going on around us can sort of interfere with our own intuition and our own gut, and excuse me very much, our own business knowledge of what we are able to provide the world. So I really want to give you permission, not like I'm your boss, but I want to give you permission today to own that. Don't let anybody else tell you what works and what doesn't. It's your life, it's your business. So I'm just gonna leave that right there. So the other day, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, my signature course is called the Sales Mastermind. Now, it's a 6-month intensive where I teach the skill of sales. I give you time in the real world to go out and practice it. We look at the data that comes in. I help with copy. I talk about your emotions. We talk about the data. We talk about money. We have financial experts come in and talk about how to understand what your numbers are telling you, right? I love this program. I get so excited on Sales Mastermind call days. It's the best, right? Okay. I had someone who loves me very much. I know this person loves me, right? Send me someone else's website the other day for a weekend on sales. And this person said, you might want to check out this page. Maybe people don't need a whole mastermind. They just need a weekend. Okay. Weekend intensives are freaking awesome. Let me just start by saying that they're incredible. And I've taken them myself. I host them. I think they're wonderful. I really do. They have their place. And what this actually did, I had a moment of well, that wasn't very nice. Lasted for, honestly, I think 3 seconds, literally 3 seconds, which I was pretty proud of. You know, it takes some time to learn how to react that fast, right? About 3 seconds of oh, all right. And then immediately it was that's not what I offer. That's not who I am. That's not how I help people. I think a weekend intensive is fantastic to kick it off. But then what happens on Thursday when you're home by yourself and you go, I don't know how to do this. Or I think she said this during the intensive, but I'm not sure how to follow up. Or worse, you go to the intensive and all they do is sell you crap all weekend long, right? That is the opposite of what we're trying to do here as far as teaching women this intricate, gorgeous, learnable skill of sales with integrity and heart. And it takes practice, right? You don't learn something one time and go out and you're like, I'm a genius, right? That's not how that works. Can you get all the skills? Can you get all the sales scripts? Can you get all the, here's your sales page done for you? Can you get all, you totally can get all of that, right? That is completely different from learning day by day by day, making mistakes, understanding what those mistakes are, hitting it out of the park, and then understanding why, so it's not a fluke, right? That takes practice. That takes detail and gooey goodness and somebody by your side to show you how to do that, right? So I doubled down. I was no, in fact, this is the opposite of a quickie, right? This is an in-depth program. I'm really proud of it. And it allowed me to double down. So that was an instance. I bet you probably have had somebody do that with you, right? Where you're wait a minute. Oh, maybe I should do that. Have you ever felt that way? You're so excited about what you're doing in your business. You're so pumped. Someone's well, Stephanie over there is doing it this way. Amber over, and you're what the frick, man? I'm just doing it right. You can have that reaction. Now, there are times when someone's telling you something that you might actually need to hear. And we want to know when those moments happen too, right? So how do you know when to double down like I just did? There's an internal push. There becomes an internal fight, not I'm right, you're wrong, because that's kind of a human instinct that we all have. It's sort of wired into our nervous systems. That's different. That's like when you're in a fight with someone you love and you're just fighting for the sake of fighting, and pretty soon halfway in the argument, you're like, why are we fighting again? I don't know, but I'm right. That's different, right? Like that's kind of that internal pull to be right. That's very different from doubling down because you believe in what you're doing, right? And it can also sometimes, you need to double down when you hear what's missing out there, even in the comment coming in. Does that make sense? Like you hear it and you go, oh, right, but this is so much deeper. There's so much more. I'm so excited to offer this. Does that make sense? Like you really start to get excited instead of scared or intimidated. Now, that's doubling down, right? That's that idea of like you get excited, something feels fuller, something feels richer for you. That's a double down moment. And it usually means you've just learned something, right? So I learned I need to talk about the fact that there are weekend intensives, and that's not what this is. Go take those. Those are fantastic, but that's not what this is, right? So we were able to really add that in our description and have people understand like this is an experience. How do you know that it's time to quit? Because what somebody has taught you or said to you is actually really important. You have the experience of relief. Now, I gotta be really careful when I tell you this, right? Because we're a bunch of animals. I know I love us so much, but we really are. I mean, it's really predictable. Human behavior is super predictable. If something's painful, we run away. If we enjoy it and it brings us pleasure, we'll run right at it, right? And sometimes when you have launched something or you're working on an offer and it's not working the way you want it to, you can feel a sense of relief like, woohoo, I'm out of here. It's kind of like when you declare you're gonna lose 10 pounds, but you eat a chocolate cake instead. That feels really good. There's a moment of relief there. But underneath, you're like, oh, that was not where I wanted to go. So if you feel relief, and I'm going to say something that sounds funny, but if you feel relief all the way down, right? If you can feel it all the way in your gut, like, yes, that's correct. I have been trying to push water uphill. This doesn't fit. That kind of deep relief, it's a lot calmer than the, I don't want to do this because it's hard relief. Right? That feels that I'm trying to run away because it's hard. That like, woohoo, don't have to do that anymore. Bring on the cake, right? Like that feeling kind of has a childish excitement to it, right? It's a little bit giddy. It's a little bit like, haha, I'm going to get away with something, like that kind of relief. That you want to stay away from. If that's how you're feeling, it may actually be time to double down, but you're going to have to learn something in order to do it. That's very different from sitting for a moment. Just breathe for a second. Some of the best decisions about business are made when we're relaxing and we're actually just not like, oh my God, we have to do everything right. Just breathe. Is this a true depth of relief? This has been the wrong path for me. And I love that phrase. It's like trying to push water uphill. It's so visual, right? You can get it in 2 seconds like, oh, that is what I've been doing. This isn't the right thing for me to be doing. You feel that sense of relief. All right, guys, I hope this was super, super helpful. If you liked this video, go ahead, give me some love down below and subscribe to our channel so you know the next time I'm about to drop some gooey goodness. All right, I'll see you guys next time.